Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here and welcome to a new gameplay called Lucid9. So there's not much about it on the Itch.io website, like the page, which I'll leave at the bottom description so you guys can download the game for yourself. But it basically says Lucid9 is a mystery visual novel where your choices affect the outcome of the story. And then they have like the story, and I think there's like 9 days of us going through this. And D-Day is apparently I'm a murderer. I don't understand, but we're gonna get right to it. Now that I think about it, I was fixing the settings and it's just a bit too loud for me, but now it's kind of like too soft. Alright, so let's start. I was piqued by the images. There were chibi girls, but I was more interested in the intro title of the screen you guys just saw. It was very pretty, so I was like, oh, I wanna play this. What is this? I stepped back and examined my masterpiece. Perfect. My favorite color. What? I've always loved red. Am I really a murderer? It's different, brilliant, vibrant, unusual. A happy animale. I heard the color red makes you hungry as well. That's why a lot of fast food places have the color red in them. Just like me. Red isn't much for nature. Really only shows up in autumn. And even then, it's a dreary rust or nauseating cherry. I mean, there's bread and fire, right? Kind of. And we just can't have that. Not when it deserves so much more. What is that? That keeps flashing. A whispering breeze filters through my thoughts, brushing against my skin with icy fingers. I allow myself a moment to pause, to relish, to admire, to welcome the fresh scent of freedom. Wait, did I like run away from somewhere? This is what I live for. When I open my eyes, I spot a frail leaf dancing upon the backbone of the passing wind, afflicting the world with its appalling shade of asparagus. Well, this is a beautiful description. I pluck it from its branch with the edges of my stained fingernails. Disgusting. How anyone could enjoy this color eludes me. A soft groan redirects my attention to my waiting masterpiece. I just realized, he just made me realize one of my friends is colorblind with certain colors only recently. He can't see green or red, and I just realized that means he doesn't see a lot of the trees around here because it's all gray to him. It's kind of sad. But he has these glasses where it helps him see color, but he doesn't like wearing his glasses. A soft groan redirects my attention to my waiting masterpiece. It's lovely, really. Spread across the ground, face contorted with fear, twitching, cold fingers clutching at empty air. Not my best work, unfortunately. The canvas died much quicker than I had originally expected, even when I tried to carve a bit slower. Okay, this is like First Degree, except First Degree, the guy was pretty hot. And the characters are all pretty good looking. This is a guy with a bunch of girls, and it's more chibi anime-ish design instead of like mature looking. So I hope he doesn't kill someone pretty cute. Well, no matter. Today it shall be a palette for my paint. Oh god. Ew! That is disgusting, that noise! I make quick work. I'm gonna pretend he's just squishing berries or something. I make quick work of my new palette's chest, ignoring the twitching of post-mortem reflexes from its mutilated kneecaps. The sweet color of red, true crimson, pure scarlet, slinks down its pallid abdomen, licking at the blossoming turf below. I dip my finger into the settling pool of blood. It's warm, sticky like syrup, or settling gelatin. Ew! The sweet scent wafts to my nostrils. It smells of iron, of rust. I say that word funny, so don't judge me. Of all things sharp and beautiful. Now, a new canvas. I check my surroundings, evaluating the surfaces and textures and sizes and shapes of every object in sight. None are quite so satisfactory as human skin with its elasticity, its porous absorption. I need a burp. Its innately warm tint. But a substitute is required, so a substitute I must find. Presently, I realize that I'm only holding that eyesore of a leaf in my hand. Well, I suppose it will have to do. and one bold, fluid stroke, I swiped my paint across the leaf, the very essence of Van Gogh himself. Ah yes, dear Vincent, the man cut off his own ear to send a message when words just didn't suffice. I always admire his style. I took a moment to appreciate the leaf's newfound radiance before searching for a proper display. Something like this deserves to be exhibited. I hang my canvas back on its branch. That's better. I'm really scared. I'm scared it's gonna pop up on my screen. If only there was more of this color in the world. The unexpected interlude of my phone drives me out of my thoughts. The irritating thing just loves to ruin the climax. How do you have service in the middle of the woods, by the way? Yes? Is it done? You're always in such a rush. Well, yes, it's done. I was having a moment. There's more where that came from. You interrupted me. You're the one who wanted to know when it was finished. A thrill leaps through my veins as my lip pull into a tenuous smile. Well, is it? Same time, same place as usual. You know the drill. I nearly clapped my hands but mastered myself for one final word. Understood. I cut the transmission and eagerly withdraw a small bottle from within my jacket. Only one pill left, but no matter. I'll be getting more soon enough. What the heck? I popped the final capsule into my mouth, puncturing its skin with my teeth and rolling the bitter gel over my tongue. Now this is life. As a wave of euphoria sweeps through me, I turn from my handiwork, strolling out of the meadow. Today's fun is over, but tomorrow will hold just as many pleasures. I don't know what that was about. Ma. Yama Ishimoto. Huh? I guess my name's Yama? I sluggishly pull my head upward, fixing my eyes on the woman at the front of the classroom. Are you even listening? I hide an instinctive smirk. Technically, no. I've always found napping more appealing than relearning history that's been drilled into me since age 6. Not that I can actually say that. In all honesty, this teacher doesn't deserve that kind of callous response. Yes, ma'am. Perfect. Summarize the whole section we've been reviewing. Shoot. I glanced at the touchscreen board mounted behind the teacher, quickly skimming over the graphics and typography, whatever, hovering on its surface. History of Izamu, our glorious metropolis, beginning 2018. Easy. Life was really boring for a while. We weren't in debt, weren't at war, and were basically doing nothing interesting. The teacher's lips purse into a thin line as the classroom erupts into snickers. I feel the slightest tinge of regret and in my sarcasm. Then in 2007, America entered a debt crisis that caused a worldwide financial crash. Japan was one of the countries most affected by this. Well, second to China. And why might that be? Because we were dumb about who we partnered with. She taps her finger impatiently on her desk, her eyes narrowing into slits. Well, she asked me to summarize the chapter. She didn't ask me how. Anyway, our glorious government didn't handle the situation so hot, so we had a lovely depression with all-time highs of unemployment and crime. Good effort! Gold star. The teacher waves her hand as the class roars with laughter. Right, that's enough. I'll be needing to talk with you after class about your attitude, young man. In other news, grass is green. Elizabeth, perhaps you can salvage this explanation. Alright, here's one of the girls, I assume. She gestures a few seats to my right, where my lavender-haired classmate sits, her spine as straight as a ruler. I feel a curdle of distaste in the pit of my stomach as I lounge against my chair. Of course, Elizabeth Oshiro, class valedictorian, school poster child, and the area's golden girl. Nap time! I settle my head in my arms as Elizabeth leaps to her feet, smiling warmly. Certainly! During this time, Japan fell into chaos. Public demonstrations, often violent, occurred almost every day. Furthermore, political scandals regarding the national government kept spreading. The teacher relaxes at Elizabeth's textbook recitation. She even shoots a quick glare in my direction, as if to say, see? Why can't you be like Elizabeth? 'Cause I'm a guy in this game. Eventually, local political powers became more effective than the centralized administration. Hence why Izamu operates as smoothly as it does. Yes, thanks to the mayor's effort. Perfectly done, Elizabeth. Elizabeth smiles primly and settles back into her seat, fixing her eyes on me with challenging disapproval. Girl, you can be the bookworm. I'm not into that. I only shrug my shoulders, sending her an easy smirk. His way of teaching and your way of, his way of explaining and her way of explaining is different. One's more too straight to the point, don't care. Here's a dumb term, and then hers is like bookworm. Oh, beautiful and brainy. She might be worthy enough to make my list. I glanced to my left just in time to catch another classmate, Yahiko Akari, winking conspicuously at Elizabeth. She clearly ignores him. Well, that's Yahiko. Yahiko, right? Yahiko? Maybe Yahiko. Yahiko for you. I can't remember a day when he hasn't tried to flirt with some girl or another, nor can I remember a day where he wasn't flat out rejected. Technically, he's my former roommate, which makes him my friend of 2 years. How close of a friend? Well, that's up for debate. Huh, she managed to deflect my charms. I wonder how. Me too! No one can resist a Yahiko Akari. Yahiko! Yahiko clenches his mouth shut at the teacher's strident command. She leans heavily against her desk, massaging her temples with her fingers. Alright, class, thanks to Elizabeth. Excuse me. We've seen where we come from. I'm sure you're all wondering what the point of this history recap was. Not really, no. We must study the past to understand the future. As such, it's an imperative that the next topic be taken seriously. So, where do you all see yourself 10 years from now? I hate that question. You even hear that question in freaking job interviews. Like, my dude, do you know where you're going in 10 years? I don't think so. But, you know, we gotta just lie and give them some bull crap so then they can hire us. I'm barely able to stifle a snort. It's only, what, the second day of school? Wait, what? Sure, this is a third-year class, sure. We're preparing for college entrance exams. Does that mean we have to know exactly what we want to do for the rest of our lives? Like, there's even some adults now that aren't working their dream job because they don't even know what they don't know what they want in life. So I don't think we'll ever know. The teacher pointedly looks at me, a hard glint in her eye. Yama Ishimoto, perhaps you'd like to get us started. Yo, why are you picking fun of Teacher, why are you making fun of me? Bullying me, bro. I'm tempted to say, no thank you, but that'd be pretty rude. I'll manage my parents' restaurant, I guess. The teacher's lips tighten ever so slightly. I know what she's thinking. No passion, no ambition. He will be a failure, this one. What if my passion is to run my family's business? Huh? Huh, teacher? It'll pay the bills. What more can I ask for? Really, dude? Out of anything you could have picked, you picked a restaurant manager? Well, what would you suggest? Add a bunch more, dude, like women and cars. And he criticizes me for lack of imagination. Come on, it's 10 years. Anything can happen. The teacher shoots him a disapproving glare as his voice raises dramatically in volume. Ah, Yahiko, thank you for volunteering. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Yahiko beams and I feel a sudden sense of dread. Here goes his dream, the one that I've heard no less than 200 times before. Well, Teach, I see myself with a Ferrari F500 under one arm, a Lamborghini Aventador 704, I don't know how to read car names, under the other, and a lot of beautiful women in between, fighting for the honorably privilege of bearing my children. At least he's thinking of children. He could have been like, I don't want kids. The class stares at him. Ah, heck, let's have some fun. I whisper to him. What about the mansion? Right! Take all that and put it in front of a 20,000 square foot mansion attended to by a staff of 1,000 maids. And where is it located? Oh, it's in the Caribbean, on an island. A man-made island specifically constructed just for me, with my name laser engraved into the hills, so that every plane that flies by sees that it belongs to... That's quite enough, Yahiko. Thank you for your, input. Clearly, she doesn't believe in his dream. Actually, I don't think anyone except Yahiko believes in his dreams. Then again, Yahiko has enough belief to make up for everyone else. Okay. Now, Yumeko? Yumeko, what about you? As the rest of our classmates drone on about joining some kind of mega corporation like Liminiscate or WayForward Pharmaceuticals, I lean closer to Yahiko. You've got some things. I did? The yacht, the walk-in closet just for designer shoes, the private jet, a second mansion in Tahiti? Oh crap, I did! Hey, Teach! Fortunately for the teacher, the school bell rings before he can grab her attention. My classmates immediately shove their belongings into their bags and bolt for the door. Meanwhile, Yahiko heads straight for the teacher's desk, eyes lit with his excitement as he gabbers on and on about his yacht and his designer shoes and his private jet and his second mansion in Tahiti. A restaurant manager, huh? And then there's Elizabeth, slipping into Yahiko's now vacant seat. Why are you slipping here? We have to go. She shifts her backpack's weight to the desk and raises a patronizing eyebrow at me. Well, sorry for being realistic, Miss CEO of a mega corporation. Sorry that I actually have ambition, Mr. Manager of the family restaurant. Bro, I have ambition. What if I do really seriously want to take over my family's restaurant? What? Should I have talked about having a mansion and cars and maids on my own personal land? Or island? You didn't even shoot for a restaurant not owned by your parents. They'll kick the bucket one day. Wow. I might as well be the one who takes over. Have some respect, would you? I snicker at that. Respect? Me? I flash her a bright, overly friendly smile. See you around, Lizzie. She fumes, but forces herself to take a deep breath until her expression stills. Unfortunately. That was a pretty nice comeback. I'll give her that much. What kind of comeback was that? Beth, still up for lunch? Aw, cute! As soon as lights through the door with a warm smile and a wave, I recognize her as a girl who's always with Elizabeth. Don't know much else about her. See, I say chibi-like art because their heads are really big compared to, well, at least this girl. Her head is bigger than her body, to me. She seems proportionate, but Elizabeth, whoever this new girl is, not really. Her head's kind of big. In the blink of an eye, Elizabeth's face softens into a friendly grin. I'll be right there. Yep, just in case it wasn't clear enough, her hate is directed exclusively at me. She's a queen of angels to everyone else. Particularly this girl, who I guess is the closest thing she has to a friend. Well, Ishimoto, it's been a pleasure. I bet it has. She lifts her chin and stiffly walks out of the room, nearly bumping into a startled Yahiko on the way out. As the train of second years, probably her groupies, pull her away, Yahiko slips next to me. Why did she talk to you? Not me, the great Yahiko Hikari. Maybe because there's a limit on how many brain cells she's willing to sacrifice for a conversation? Beats me, she's been doing that for a while. Really? We were in the same class last year. Really? I'm not surprised that he just learned about this. Then again, to be fair, I don't talk to Yahiko much about my personal life. Yeah, something like that. It's not important. Yahiko evaluates me for a second with an unusually stoic expression, but quickly shakes it off, his face melting into a grin. So, what do you think about my dream earlier? This again? On second thought, maybe we should have kept talking about Elizabeth. Same as the 200 times you've told me. It hasn't been 200... Has it? Really? 203 to be exact. Huh. So that means you think it's amazing, right? Totally. I think it's the best dream in history, and it's so original and realistic. Thanks, dude. But I don't think you're aiming high enough. Huh? What should I add? Aim for the moon. He gasps as if it's the best idea ever. The poor soul. Forget Tahiti. A mansion? On the moon? You would be the first, and probably the last. Just thinking about the possibilities. No one's even set foot on the moon. What? They have though. Imagine how famous I'll be if I build a mansion there. No one's even set foot? Seriously? Either I stepped into the conversation at the wrong time, or someone just came up with a really stupid idea. Ooh, who's this guy? Who's the redhead guy? Cute. Inner Ryui? How do you pronounce these names? Hayata, my friend of 10 years. Technically, she's a grade lower than me, but that doesn't stop us from hanging out. Okay, so she's not a potential person you're gonna kill. Is it Ryui? I'm assuming. She's stuck with me through thick and thin. She probably knows me better than I know myself. What do I look like? Besides her stands Masato Kirigane. Hardy in both build and personality. A man after my heart, Masato. If I had to describe him in one word, I'd use fire. Easily antagonized, hard to put out, and blazes every obstacle out of his way. Afternoon, little daisies. What's going on here? I'm gonna build a vacation home on the moon. Somehow, I can't say I'm surprised. I know, right? I'm brilliant. Think, the first man on the moon and the first man to build a mansion on it. You're so bright. You're blinding me. What have you been telling him? That a giant leap for him is a small step for mankind. She has to think about that for a moment, but I'm rewarded with a smirk. Clever. I know. Look, if your kids are done yapping, Yama and I gotta head to the track. What? I didn't think Yama was joining again this year. Of course he is. This is news to me. It doesn't really seem like a good idea, considering he only went to one practice last year and ditched the rest. Well, he ain't ditching this year. Ain't that right, man? Well, now that you mention it. What's that? You guys didn't even win last year, Masato. Maybe to make a big deal. Masato's eyes flare with instinctual need to prove the worthiness of track. We're winning this year. I got a secret weapon. Really? Masato lights up at Ryui's apparent interest. See, we lost last year because we didn't have a good name. We didn't have good names. This year, I've got a great one. He pauses for dramatic effect. Marvelous Masa. Well, at the very least, this is a pretty good opportunity to joke around. Wow, that's fantastic. And I'll call myself Speed of Light, Mountain Destroyer. The hell? You should rename yourself to Streaking Shadow, Dark Eradicator. Then we'll be unstoppable. Ain't no way I'm going with that. Yeah, he isn't great with sarcasm. I smirk at him, but before I can elaborate, the PA above us crackles to life. The club fair is officially open in the courtyard. Feel free to drop by and check out some of what your fellow students have planned. Already had just the second day, maybe the school is just making everything happen faster this year. I don't really see why. Asamu Imperial Boarding Academy has always done well for itself, even throughout the recession. There's no need to change things now. Hey, it's club time. Let's go take a look. What was the period before? Was that like just homeroom or something? No, thanks. I'd rather not be blacklisted. What does that mean? It means that she's afraid to go with you. You'll outshine her so much that the clubs won't be interested in her. Oh! Ryu, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Ryui? I don't, what the heck? Glares at me. I only wink back. Well, you shouldn't worry about that, my dear Ryui? I'm gonna call her Ryui, which is probably wrong. I'm sure I can use my substantial sphere of influence to get you a good spot. I'm already in a club, you know, drama club. Oh, right. She's been in the drama club since last year, and somehow he's still forgotten. And what was Yama talking about? Nothing, just acting like an idiot as usual. Well, you know what they say, like attracts like. What? Ryui bolts me sharply in the ribs, but her lips are pulling up at the corners. They also say opposites attract. Yeah, we know which one you are. She slaps me playfully on the arm as Masato and Yohiko watches with blank stares. Did I just miss something? No more than you usually do. Yohiko frowns for a moment, but eventually shrugs the extreme jaw. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I need to find myself a club to grace with my innumerable talents. They're innumerable, alright. So without further ado, I bid thee farewell. He turns with a flourish of his hand, but Ryui calls after him. You know that we'll all be there, right? Huh? Club recruitment day. All the clubs will be there, including track and drama. Oh. Well, see you there. He whisks out of the room. You're coming to man the track booth. Wait, what? Oh, you're coming to man the track booth, yeah? Me? Like I'm track's poster child? In fact, I'd probably just scare away potential recruits. Don't think like that. You can be a great asset, man. You just gotta believe. AKA every movie theme ever. We exchange sneakers, but Masato grabs my arm. Really, man? You coming? Surprised by his sudden intensity, I contemplated for a moment. It doesn't take long. Sure, why not? Really? Not like I have anything else to do. Masato grins, releasing my arm. Good. I gotta go set up, but I'm expecting you there. He dashes out of the room after a quick wave to Ryui. She smiles back and promptly turns to me. Have you figured out why he wants you in the track so badly? Not a clue. She hesitates for a moment and glances around the room. You know, we could join drama club instead. It could be a valid excuse for Masato. I think he just asked why I joined a different club when I could have joined track. But still, I think you'd like it, or really like it. Honestly, it sounds like it could be pretty fun. Ryui seems to enjoy it. She often claims that it's just like when we played make-believe as kids. I mean, that's the same thing. Kidding. You're allowed to act. So, and make-believe is one of the few things that I don't mind doing. But it's so much work. It's still more work than track, idiot. Besides, it could be really fun. She's really cute. I'll take your word for it. We're going after her. She rolls her eyes and shoulders her bag. You guys know I love me some childhood romances. Well, fine, Mr. Grumpy Pants. Some of us have club booths to manage, so I'm gonna get going. I'll go with you. We walk in step to the door. Okay. Almost into freedom, and then the strident voice of the teacher rips through the air. Ahem! Yama Ishimoto! Surely you didn't expect to escape so easily. Teacher, you were here the whole time? Why didn't you ask for me when my friends came? I could have been like, be right back, guys. Yes, my attitude problems. I turn to Ryui, suddenly pleading. Bail me out? Not a chance. What? What? It builds character. I have plenty of character. Come on, throw up a distraction for me. Well, distraction and then for me, question mark. Throw in a shameless dose of puppy eyes. She only pokes my forehead, sticking her tongue out. You win some, you lose some. Just be glad it's with the teacher instead of the police. Is she younger than me or we're same age? I mean, childhood friend, right? Maybe same age. She darts off as I call falteringly after her. But at least the police won't bore me to tears! What was that, young man? I turn to find the teacher hovering right behind me. Whoops. Nothing. Great weather we're having, huh? She doesn't seem amused. At this point. At what point? It's the second day of school, unless she's referring to teaching me last year. Come to think of it, yeah, that's highly possible. It's clear that detention is doing nothing for your toxic behavior. Well, yeah, because I can nap in detention. Therefore, I've taken the liberty of recommending you for therapeutic mentorship, which will take place on campus at the discretion of our dorm manager. Requirements will be 1 hour, 5 days a week. The mentor will need to sign off on every visit. The what now? Are you scheduling brainwashing sessions for me? Excuse me? You might have other ideas, young man, but civility and respect are integral cornerstones of modern society. If it does result in scrubbing away some of that arrogance of yours, then I say good riddance. I'm shocked by this unusually passionate outburst from her. She slows her breath, shaking as she jabs a book and envelope. Take this, Mr. Ryota's office. You know where it is. A tiny pinch of the tension releases Mr. Ryota's the mentor. Maybe this won't be so bad. I give the book a once-over. The cover is somber and 100% boring. Block letters proclaim primates of the 21st century, 100+ correctional techniques to improve the mindset of any underdeveloped adolescent. Well, gee, I'm honored. Take it. I take it. Goodbye, Yama Ishimoto. She flounces out of the classroom, clearly fed up with my shenanigans. Wordlessly, I turn and head down the corridor. Guess someone's a little touchy. Not that I can blame her. If I had a student like me, I'd hate him too. I tromp down the stairs to the first floor and stop before a door at the edge of the hallway, bearing the sign J. Ryota, dorm manager. I rap sharply on the wood 3 times. Mr. Ryota? What is it? Nuclear war? What? No! Meh, don't feel like opening the door for anything less important. I could open the door myself. Locked it, don't bother. I press my ear against the door, listening keenly. There it is, action-packed, orchestral strings, just barely bleeding through the wood, faint clanging of swords and shields. Are you in a clan war, Mr. Ryota? Ugh. A moment later, the door's lock clicks open. I slip inside the room holding back a smile. The office is minimalistic in its furnishing, but fairly welcoming. Warm light encompasses the rooms, highlighting the comfortable chairs around comfortable chairs arranged around a coffee table that bears a bowl of potato chips. And it looks more like the office of a therapist rather than the office of a school dorm manager. In the corner, I spot a comely mahogany desk, on top of which sits Jiru Ryota in a very dramatic position. Oh, he looks tired. Welcome to the Satan room. Satin, not Satan. Satin room. Have you brought an offering to appease the Dark Lord? Or is it Satan? Is that how you spell Satan? Because, I mean, he's talking about Dark Lord, so I'm assuming. Indeed, I have. With an equally exaggerated bow, I present the book and note from my teacher. Mr. Ryota's eyebrows scrunch in confusion. What the hell is this? I, kind of got in trouble earlier for talking back. Instead of detention, the teacher's convinced that I need a more permanent solution. And this is where we are gonna save today. I really love this animation. It's very pretty. This game is not in demo, by the way. So we are gonna eventually finish this game. No idea what's gonna happen. I don't know if we're supposed to murder off some people or something. I have no idea. I don't even think this is like a love. I don't know. It doesn't really give me much information besides that it's a mystery visual novel. So I highly doubt there's any love going on. But if there is, we're going after our childhood friend, Ryui, or however you pronounce her name. No idea. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.